Hello everybody, today I am replacing the front anti-roll bar drop links on my Toyota MR2 Mark III. If you need to purchase your own, pause the video here, and these are the part numbers. I got a pair of these for about 23 British pounds on eBay, and I'll put a link to those in the description. As for the fitment, there is 2 bolts. The top one, which you need to remove, I have a 14mm socket attached to, and it's on super tight, so you'll need a 1/2-inch driver to get those off. Alright, so the 14mm socket didn't work because the shaft that the nut sits on is seized and that shaft just spins around and around. So it does have a hex key fitting inside it. I believe it's 4.5mm, but I don't have a 4.5mm hex key. A 4 is too small and a 5 is too big. So I'm using a T30 sized Torx bit with a 6.5mm socket connected to a 1/4-inch drive power bar, and using that in conjunction with a 14mm ring spanner, we can separate the two. Now we move on to the underside. You'll need a 12mm socket for that job. Both of the nuts are now off, however the drop link is still jammed in place. I can't get it out. So what I've done is I've jacked the other side of the car up so there is less weight being applied to the anti-roll bar, which is this bar here. Then I've got a 1/2-inch power bar. I have slipped it through the hole in the bottom of the wishbone here, and then I lever it up against the anti-roll bar, pushing upward like so, and then that creates enough leverage to move the drop link. This is the OEM drop link, and I've got the Torx fitting connected to it still, so you can see exactly where it's supposed to go. Now the aftermarket drop link, unlike the OEM drop link, has no such hex key fitting. Instead, it has a couple of flat points just above the rubber apron here, and a 15mm bicycle pedal spanner is a perfect fit. Time to fit the new drop link. We simply drop the bottom of the drop link into the wishbone. Then we come around the other side. I've got my power bar again rested on the bottom side of the wishbone, and I push it up against the anti-roll bar, and that will create enough leverage to be able to connect the drop link to the anti-roll bar. Like so. The top lock nut is 17mm, and I've got my 15mm pedal spanner in place. And the bottom nut is a 13mm. And with this completed, you're finished.